Hey everybody, got another video here for you. This is guitar number 3, and this is one of the guitars that has the thin reclaimed plywood bodies. And let me see what the camera sees here. Okay, so as you can see, this body is like way bent. I mean, look at the angle between the neck here and the depth pick guard. Look at the way the strings are going. So yeah, this thing's way bent right in this area right here. So it needs a new neck. This is only like 5/16 or 5/8 or 9/16 plywood, something like that. And it was old reclaimed stuff, and it's just too flexible. It clocks in at about 14.5 mil. And so this thing really needs a new body made out of either pine or something, I don't know. At least 19 mil thick, 3/4 inch ply, or some kind of solid wood. What it is that before I started the next build, which would be, I don't know, whatever, almost all the parts are here for the fretless. I'd need to get parts for guitar number 8, even though I have a neck and a body ready to go. So I thought that before I start on like the fretless or whatever, it might be a good idea to go and check and see how all the builds are doing and see if anything needed attention. And the good news is that the only things that really need attention are this and the 2 curved tri builds. Because all 3 of those use this thin plywood, and all 3 have bending issues and need new bodies. And then the only other thing that needs attention is the aged hardware build. It has a crack at the heel of the body right here, which is causing it to behave kind of like these here, and so it needs a new body as well. And other than that, everything's looking fine, including the scarab. Yeah, let me grab that right quick. Okay, so here's the scarab, and it's now been sitting under tension for a couple of weeks. And let me get the camera down here so you can see what's going on. This one. There we go. As you can see, it's looking real good still. As far as like the height of everything goes, yeah, it's still looking real good. So it has no bending issues whatsoever. So nice and solid. And this is made out of the 19 mil plywood. So the fresh stuff, not reclaimed or anything. So yeah, all the rest of the guitars are looking good. And this is a good demonstration that stepping up to the 19 mil plywood is going to be a viable solution for bending issues, which is basically all. I'm dealing with 3 guitars that have bending issues, and then one has a busted heel basically and needs a new body. So, and I'm going to be starting with guitar number 3, the purple one. So this guitar has been through a lot. This thing originally had like a 3-foot long counterweight on it, and a counterbalance weight too. Here, hold on a sec. Yeah, see this here? This is the counterweight that used to be on this guitar, way down here on like a 3-foot boom coming off of the back end. And it worked perfectly. You could balance the guitar with no leg bar or strap bar or anything. Balance the guitar on your right leg, and with this thing and that long counterbalance arm, and the fact that this thing's stuck back towards you in order to get the guitar to tilt up this way, the guitar sat just at the right playing angle, both this way, and balanced like right on your knee. You didn't have to touch it, hold it, it just floated right in front of you. It took a lot of work to get the thing to balance perfectly, but it did do it. But of course it was insanely long. It was like 5 feet long or something, 5.5 feet long. And then it got twin V-bars at one point. And then this is like the third version, and it got a new body, and it got the swing bar, and it got the minimalist headstock, and the locking tuners got replaced with the lightweight tuners and stuff like that. And so now it needs a new body, and I think I'm going to actually, instead of just taking this off and tracing out a copy on some plywood and cutting it out and finishing it and bolting it, transferring everything over and bolting it all back together, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the measurements and design a new body for it, because I think that I can get a design that's a little better than what's mishmashed together here. Because this is basically kind of just the body to hold the bridge, and then the piece was glued on for the button here, and the bar was glued on for the switch and such back here, and also for your leg, something to support your leg, or yeah, someplace for the guitar to rest on your leg. So yeah, the very first step is going to be to start tearing this puppy apart. So that's what this video is going to be about, is putting a new body on this thing. Looks like tuner came loose. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Maybe make sure this thing doesn't go anywhere either. It'll keep the neck screws from disappearing. Looks like we got 2 brass shims. One's a thick one, one's a thin one. And there's our body. From this we can get some basic dimensions, like measure the bridge actually for the post width, but we can get the critical dimension, which would be like the distance from the neck screws to the post screws, and the distance from the post screws to the back of the claw block, because that tells us where to put the claw block. That tells us how big all this needs to be. And yeah, so be measuring a few things on this and using those dimensions to draw up a new body plan, basically. So I took all my measurements here for like distance from the end of the heel to the screw holes, the spacing on the screw holes, size of the heel, distance from screw holes to the bridge screws, distance from the claw block to the bridge screws, and the dimensions of the bridge. And then I drew up a basic sketch of a body with some dimensions and stuff, and figured out the size of the body blank I need, which works out to 390 by 130. This stuff is just a little over 130 wide, and 390'd put it about here. So I need this much of the wood, almost all of it. So yeah, I think I'll go ahead and use this. And there's some more of this stuff around. I could always make a new swing bar out of flame maple as well if I want. And it'll probably look pretty good in a... Technically this guitar is supposed to be burgundy, but I think the last time I did it, or the last couple times I did it, it turned out more purple than burgundy. I think I'm going to try to go a little bit more burgundy this time. Okay, got it all marked out here, and now it's time for the table saw. Okay, got the table saw part done. And I'll finish out with the jigsaw. For the jack plate, notice how this is basically on the front of the guitar, like down near the bottom right corner. I figured out that in general, it's probably better if they're on the right-hand side of the guitar, because, I mean, you're either sitting, and if it's on the right side, the cords, assuming you got a straight plug cord, the cord's going to be heading for the floor. In general, yeah, if you put it on the right side of the guitar, the way you're standing or sitting, that's going to more or less have the thing pointing towards the floor, which is where the cord's more or less going to go anyway. So, yeah, it looks like a jack that faces, a jack mounted on the side that faces to the right is the preferred way to go for these, for a guitar in general, I would have to say, unless you're left-handed guitar. But yeah, so so instead of putting the jack here and having it this way like it is on this one, I'm going to put the jack here and have it this way. Well, a thicker body means longer neck screws. This can might be dead. Yeah, it's about dead. Let me get the next can. This is the paint. Rust-Oleum metallic. Gold, bright, shiny finish, ideal for home decor and other indoor projects. Metallic gold. Color number 340647. Trusted quality since 1921. And yeah, that stuff is pretty. Goes on thick but not gloppy. Okay, this thing's been shaped and drilled, and the next step would be sanding and then finishing. So it's good enough right now that I can test assemble. But thinking about it, I don't really need to test assemble it. I can't really fully put it together because the block, this block or whatever, if I make a new one or whatever, would probably be glued here, so I couldn't take it apart again for finishing. So yeah, so I can't, like, you know, totally put it together. I could, like, put the neck on, put the bridge screws on, put the bridge in, measure the distance from the nut to the saddles to make sure I didn't mess up, but that would be about it. So I mean, if I messed up, I messed up. I can always move the neck screws if I messed up bad or something. And otherwise, you know, wiggle room might take care of something. I don't anticipate any problems. I mean, I double checked it and everything, and so should be good. Confidence levels are high. I'm going straight for the paint shop. Well, straight to the paint shop after sanding. All done. Everywhere sanded, everywhere rounded. Feels great. Looks real cool. I could clear coat it this way. IKEA guitar? No, it's got to match the neck. And the neck is, if you look closely, this whole thing's going to need massive cleanup. But if you look closely, the neck is actually the same shade as the strap. Yeah, see, there's the strap, and there's the neck. Yeah, the neck is pretty much the same shade as the strap. So, that's what I'm going to shoot for. Off to the dye shop. Well, this time I've got a piece of cut off, and I'm going to run some stain tests. I don't usually do this, mostly because I don't have cut off. They don't give you any cut off when, oh, that would be a cool idea. If anybody out there is making guitar kits, include a bit of cut off for stain samples testing. Alright, this is my pre-mixed burgundy. We'll see what it's like. Looks awful purple. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Oh my god, that's a beautiful red wine color. Oh wait, I'm supposed to sample, not do the whole thing. Okay, how dark do I want this? Okay, here's the strap. This dark part in the middle, which I think is just still wet. That's a pretty good match. Let me get the neck. I think I need to clean it up a bit first, though. Okay, and there's the neck. That's probably one of the lighter portions of the neck, right in through here. So, probably gonna need a little darker than that. But the general shade doesn't look bad at all. So, I guess this might do for the shade at least. I hope I've got enough. I think I do. So the big concern here is going too dark. Might let that, let me hit it once more. I know it's going to need one more. Yeah, that's about the right color. Burgundy purple wine. It's looking about right there. Yeah, it's pretty close. Find a clean part of the strap here. Might be a little on the red side. I'm gonna wait and see. Hit up the rest of it. And there it is. It's all purple, I guess. So, yeah. Kind of purple. Ready for the drying cam? There you go. If everybody wants action, paint drying. Enjoy. Enough action. Can I skip ahead to the next important thing? Okay, so yeah, this baby's gonna be in the paint shop for a while. And this thing's already around a half-hour episode or something like that, so probably a good stopping point, actually. So, until the next time, I leave you all with the drying cam. Everybody, have a good one. Go make some sawdust. Be safe, happy holidays, all that jazz. See y'all later.